Hello everyone, Agion here, another Come to Heroes 2 replay. On the north side as the USF, we have BravoTwoZer0. Spawn as his ally, the Soviet player. We have Joggang, their opponents. We have Luciano as the austere player, and Shadow Link as the OKW. This is of course a 2v2. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the doctrines. Of course, we do got the shock rifle frontline tactics. I can see the KV8s being very well. We do got the Soviet industry, so we may see some KV2s. KV8s are available as well. We do, excuse me, we got the shock motor heavy tactics for the US player. We have tactical support, heavy cap, and rifle company. We could see lightning war. Lightning war can be very potent. This map can be quite lane to one side or another, so this JU-87 strafes can be very potent. We gotta draw away. Excuse me. See Jaeger armor and elite troops. Elite troops can be quite good stormtroopers on this map. We do got lock in actually heavy cab. You got potential fortifications, Luftwaffe ground forces, or breakthrough doctrine. Using these Sturm Pioneers, making sure they're staying around the corners, getting some very good shots in. Actually rolling a bunch of missiles on that Sturm Pioneer squad. Bit unfortunate for him. We got Rifleman over here as well, so it looks like he's sending over his Soviet players some help since they have trouble versus OKW in the early game. Echelon in this building. However, there's only 3 members left, but at close range, they should be able to win out. All 3 windows are available, so either side they can start firing all they would like. We do get these Sturm Pioneers still being very good positioning. He cannot approach them all too much. Any far forward, he will get flanked way too easily. He's just doing quite a bit of damage with these conscripts. Able to do, but still losing out in the end. We'll actually manage to claim a model there. Apart from here, though losing, we'll probably win out versus Volksgrenadier at close range, but there's some supporting Volksgrenadiers over here eyeing to get in this church. That's a very good position for them. We'll probably manage to force these guys back, who has sustained a lot of damage on them. Maxim now repositioned. Sturm Pioneers, they can't get a good flank off. The unit's already set up, and they're going to have to run on by. They could try swinging around wide, but there's another Maxim coming forward, which will help flank the squad. Probably force us to keep them down while this squad Maxim will get flanked himself. 2 Maxims are now out. Could see another squad of combat engineers. I would like to see that. Perhaps even a mortar as well. Or instead. We'll see some more conscripts. He does have conscript bulletins, so mostly we'll be eyeing conscripts over any other support unit. Oh, penals. He could always get some shocks. He does have 2 doctrines with shocks. We got the Flamer now moving on forward. The Flamer is very potent versus very bunched up squad. Next burst will do a significant amount of damage. We got these combat engineers eyeing for a flank, but they will get burned alive and flanked by the conscripts. Looks like he will be trying to push these units out of cover with this truck, which we will do, allowing the squad to slowly whittle away. We'll throw a frag actually out. So we do in fact have frags researched for the US player. Frags are probably quite needed. This map is very laned in order to avoid the MGs. Smoke grenades are necessary, and even frags would be nice as well. This half-track mostly be eyeing for medical battle group HQ, the med truck, in order to help for forward reinforcements as well as the legs. Legs can be very potent on a city map, also covering quite a bit of range. So I would say, once he secures up this point here, but did not secure it up, he walks out in time. You got the Molotovs being thrown out by the conscripts as well, so you will have some garrison clearing tools with that. Molotovs are also great. They're dirt cheap, so they can be spammed out everywhere, no problem. more and more Volks coming down the line. He does have, well, not only 3 squads, not a huge amount, but it's a good number for 2v2s in order to help ward away. We do got the Flamer being brought into the church. We'll start burning these squads alive. We do have the Maxim being set on up, which will cover. Perhaps now he'll be able to jump on forward with the Maxim. We'll jump with the Flamer. We will start burning these squads. May see Incendiary Grenade out, but however, he does not have a truck even setting up, let alone build, so he won't have access to it. We'll throw a frag. Then only gets 1 model. Army will start pushing forward, but they're getting hit by this Grenadier squad. Grenadiers will wipe out a couple of models. We'll be forcing them back. I think the Maxim just says, nope, there's Maxim here now. We'll be eyeing a garrison up with 2 Maxims. That's actually reasonable. There's enough windows here and enough passages that 2 Maxims won't be a half bad idea. Combat engineers could go out, but they're very durable in there, and so the Flame will help prevent any flanks. However, there's a austere mortar team now engaged in the building. We'll get a number of good hits into the building. Do we have any medics? Yes, we do have medics being researched now. Do we have an ambulance? No ambulance. We'll force back the mortar team. Most likely will not decrew it. We'll have a half-track coming on forward. Most likely for... Actually, he's far from munitions from Flame half-track, so this may be for a reinforcing half-track. Mines coming down as well. That would be a very good option in order to stop any half-track based play. Or 2-2s. He's probably expecting a 2-2. You got this cutoff being secured to deny the field income. We do got a Molotov coming out over the fence, which will now help displace the squad. Though there's only Molotov flames and incendiary grenade flames only affects the units under the radius. So if you were to force it to prioritize fire in one direction or the other, he would not actually sustain any damage from it. We'll throw a frag grenade, nearly ran his own frag. Reinforcement half tracks now forward. He's of course, well, using it for reinforcements. We've got a large axe assault with all the reinforcements coming in, trying to make a decisive counterattack in order to help secure up the area. Going across the area is a bit problematic. There is a couple AT mines here and there, but not enough to snare this Panzer II. Do got a minesweeper upgrade coming on now. A very understandable, help deal with the Soviet munitions. He had not seen any huge munitions expenditure from the Soviet player. He's seen some Molotovs, but they're cheap enough to spam pretty much whenever you want. So perhaps he's thinking it's a demo charge. However, I have not spotted one yet. Looks like a bit of quietness have come down on the line. Just a couple shots here and there. There is a Stuart now out, and you got a number of bazookas come as well. Looks like these are just single-armed bazooka squads, eyeing just to help ward away the Panzer II, not really eyeing to kill it off. We will see a Panzerfaust or 3. It takes 4 Panzerfausts to take it out. That's a substantial hit from that Stuart, getting a huge amount of damage on the Grenadier squad. We'll be forcing back. If those Grenadier squads were all throw out a Panzerfaust as well as the Volksgrenadier, he would have claimed the life of that Stuart. So a little bit of oversight there. Negative ground is very problematic. This will lose that squad actually also. He's in risk of sustaining more loss of this squad as well. Throws out grenade, unsuccessful. There's actually Volksgrenadier here that may have actually secured the kill. Oh, Panzer II goes down. Where did that go? Saw that. Oh, where did that go? Wait, smoking wreckage here. It must have been an AT grenade. Was there any? There was this. No. No damage from Veteran C. Woo, perhaps I to help decrew this MG34, but I'm not sure what Nerf took it out. Must have hit the mine and then he ran it down with 2 AT grenades, I'm guessing. Sorry that I missed that. Dude got a mortar team being decrewed. Now you can actually claim that for his own usage. The captain here does have its bazooka upgrade. We'll claim the mortar. So overall, very good games by the allied players, claiming that. Oh, there goes the conscript squad, however. Pulling off the Panzer II, claims the mortar, losing a rifleman conscript in total in return, however. But of course, the Panzer II the biggest loss of the game. And that mortar team is very potent on this map with a very urban area in one part of it. Do guys this barrage coming on in. He tried to salvage up this Panzer II, but he could actually use that as cover. Trying to destroy the mechanized HQ would be a minor gain if he did. Overall, you don't just see people build 1 or 2 assets from it. Look at suppression out. He will be eyeing for a Molotov. Will get pinned down. May have been able to finish it off. Sometimes it's about 50-50. If it's pinned down, you can finish off a grenade throw. Ooh, do got a bar on the rear echelon. Interesting idea. Well, I do rear echelon great with any sort of support weapons. Already have been equipped with a minesweeper, so unusual. Perhaps he's eyeing for some additional veterancy. If he gets that squad with the veterancy 3, it would be great repairs for the Pershing. We'll be sieging the mechanized HQ. About 4 or 5 with shots until death. Nothing here to really force away. The Maxim is problematic in that department. Actually repositioning, I need to hit the flame half track. There is, of course, still this AT mine here. And for an AT grade A was unsuccessful. We got another vehicle building out. Will he be able to finish it before it goes down? I don't see him able to protect this. However, repairs is a good way to actually protect it. We'll keep it alive long enough in order for him to get the Stuka-Zafus, some artillery. Note this is live, not the Winter Balance preview. That is something to note. It's because the Stuka-Zafus received some changes in the Fall Balance preview. This building is very close to being set on fire. That incendiary grenade may in fact set it ablaze. Molotov come in, will displace the cover. In fact, there goes the structure. Now it is ablaze. Burning down churches. No, most people will frown upon that. You gotta lock it into the Soviet industry. Will now gain access to the KV-2s as well as the KV-8s. We'll call in some field drops in as well. Didn't get shot down by the base M flax. Though you can always see the amount of health it has left by pulling it up with the tactical map. Didn't see, I saw it was damaged, but it looked like only halfway. Of course, this game, running in live version, it's all about percentage chance of actually being shot down instantly. Wait, that was an MG42. Yeah, it's not the OKW player. Somebody originally thought that was OKW MG34. It of course is the Austere. We'll get a very good hit there. Down the captain and lieutenant, going for both captain and lieutenant tech because he doesn't need major because he has the Pershing available. And we haven't seen that Stuart. Oh, wait, we didn't see the Stuart actually go down. Here's the Stuart's body. We saw it get a snare, but it didn't see it actually getting killed off. I wonder what actually killed it off. Is it just a couple more Panzerfausts? Oh, I'm not so sure. Sorry, I missed that as well. So far, I'm 0 for 2 and getting light tanks of getting destroyed on screen. You get the T-70 now out. Perhaps I'll be 0 for 3 next. T-34 76 now coming out on the build queue. He will be eyeing for some medium armor, not eyeing for saving up for the KV-8, eyeing for a medium tank. You, of course, do have the KV-2 available as well. We'll spot that mine. Actually destroying it, trying to shoot at it with the rifle is not exactly a good idea, because these guys are currently trying to sweep it. That's what you want to do is just detonate it with you guys on top of it. You got the Volcano Warfare. We'll get a hit off. We'll do see a Panzerfaust at maximum range. We'll do the Panzerfaust bug. How on earth that is something to note. Panzerfaust bug happened. I think the Panzerfaust bug happens when it goes through, when trying to track through a target, through a tree, perhaps. These conscripts may in fact go down. There's a lot of rifle fire coming on in. Ooh. A lot of fire. We'll get wiped out, no problem. Sukasafus is off cooldown, ready to launch a barrage. D-3476 now approaching. We'll see it. We'll receive fire, the Volcano Warfare, but we'll be missed, even though it's on negative ground. We'll see a Molotov here to, ooh, finds a Soviet mine. Well, it could have been a rifleman mine. Oh, receiving some bazooka fire, but should be able to get out. It's over a road, so it has increased movement speed. Grenade will come on out. We'll claim one of the models, force the others back. Probably won't go down. Looks like the elite troops doctrine has been selected, so you will have access to G43s, which is probably a bit better situation than MG42s, due to the fact there's a very urban style map here. Do got the Volcano Warfare getting some very good hits in. This squad's very close to death thanks to the SU-76 as well as the Maxim. Lieutenant throws out a grenade. Will dodge in time, but sustain some damage there. Stun grenade will stun the squad in the building. You got a forward repair bay, so now he has access to repairs without using his display moving his combat engineers off the front line. Veterans 3 along can be very potent, especially with the flamer. You got this Volcano Warfare set on up. We'll receive a fire there, no problem. But we'll be circled around. However, we'll fall back away from the Panzerfaust. We'll receive a hit there. Main gun destroyed, but that's no problem. He can always get that repaired up. We do got a Katusha now coming on out, not saving up for the KV-2. This is getting hit by STG fire. We'll lose multiple members. We'll in fact get decrewed entirely. Volcano Warfare did get a hit on the AT gun. We're not decided not to finish it off. Sukasafus still has not fired another salvo. Would have been better if he were to support his teammate. You got Thompson Rangers now here. We'll get burned alive. May in fact go down. This squad's very low in health as well. Both of those squads could get chased and burned to death. There goes the Rifleman squad. There's no AT mines here for support. And will not finish off the Ranger squad. That is actually a very critical squad not to finish off. Got a huge fuel stockpile. He has plenty for the Pershing. He needs to make sure he doesn't build any more squads. Just to stockpile manpower. Because he has enough CP, just nowhere enough manpower. Katusha coming on in. We're trying to displace the Pack 30, Pack 40. We'll displace this Maxim squad. We'll be burned alive. Rolls a miss from... I thought there was a shot. Yeah, it's this shot over here. Oh, but receives a hit there from the M1 AT gun. We'll throw out some Panzer Tactician and lost vision. Oh, force fires ground, but rolls a miss. Also got the Stukas of Fus barrage. Does hit the Katusha, but does not get a kill on it. Ooh, that was a very good. I didn't realize it was a grenade. Some others that was through very far. I always forget Veteran C3 does, of course, increase the grenade range, doesn't it? Increase ability range, yes. G43s are now assaulting forward. There's also a bazooka on the squad. It's only a single bar squad. We could see a stun grenade. We do have, in fact, the capture mortar here by the, is of course, a captain squad. Captain himself is carrying the mortar. Panzer IV now out. This is the first medium tank out on the line. No, that's just T-3476 was. Right when it comes out, oh, that's a very bunched up squad. We'll wipe out the rest of the unit in the house. Oh, and losing that rear echelon is very problematic. That's his source of repairs on the Pershing. Panzer IV is engaging the T-70. The Panzer IV will clearly win that. Su-85 is also out. That, of course, is a very potent anti-tank. Not getting a KV-2 or saving up for it. He needs to start saving up for it now. He's only 2 command points away. Coming on in, but rolls a large miss. Reinforcing units may eye for salvaging it. No, he will claim it for his own usage. Very nice. Who spotted this repair station so he did not know about Soviet industry? Now he definitely does. AT grenade does come out on the flame half track, but does not have anything to finish it off. OKW player has plenty of fuel. He may be eyeing for King Tiger, but he still no battle group HQ. Then he really needs has his team. If he's not getting battle group HQ, his teammate needs to throw down a med bunker for him in order for the heals, because this is a little bit too far to really move back and forth, and with his own squads to heal up is a bit problematic. Flame half track now fully repaired. We got Captain here trying to eye, getting some hits onto the Panzer IV, but will be displaced by the Flamer. Gets wiped out by the Flamer. 70 pitching some shots over the river. Whoa. Wait, what's calling that barrage? Was there a major barrage? Yes, in fact, the major did call in a barrage. This is a captured M1 AT gun. Will pitch in a couple hits. Won't get the kill, however. Lieutenant is also equipped with a bazooka, and also has a Thompson out. Now the Thompson, the Lieutenant model is now dead himself. Lieutenant will in fact get out of there. These units are getting run down here. Katusha barrage coming on in. This is a very potent spot for it. We'll get the Grenadiers, at least some splash, and we'll force them to fall back. Won't lose any models. That's fine. There's a drop Browning there. That is something the Rangers could go ahead and pick them up. AT gun will get a couple hits on the Su-76, including target weak point. Just get one more shot in, but now there's a building in the way. Panzer IV, very low in health, one shot away from death. Ooh, Stukas of Fus, very close. This is going to be a very rapid barrage. It only needs to go up a very short distance. We'll come on in. We'll be following the retreat path. We'll largely miss the Rangers, however. These units need to be displaced. Nothing these can really engage. Even T-3476 are way too damaged. It isn't even supporting Su-85. AT gun will be pitching some good hits. We'll need another 4 more hits. We'll be eyeing for the target weak point, but we'll not manage to get it. It's, of course, a timed ability, not a target ability, so he wastes the entire thing in munitions. That's why I wish it was target, not timed. Could see another major barrage. Efficiency 1, so it has the improved major barrage. We'll be calling in somewhere. Right here, eyeing to the decrew the AT gun. Though it looks like everything will displace for the moment. Conscript's very low in health, so he needs to displace them sooner rather than later. And very far from manpower with Pershing. He actually got a Sherman? HE rounds are very potent. I can see that. Not going for the Pershing, however, a bit unique. Another half-track coming out by Luciano, so we may see another flame half-track. This match is a bit unusual. The Sherman tank is now being equipped with the arm-penetrating rounds. Will receive a hit in return, however. We'll roll a couple misses there. T-34-76 over here trying to engage forward. Flame half-track burning this, trying to burn the lieutenant, but we'll run straight into the T-34-76. A lot of fire damage onto his own units. A bit problematic. He needs to retreat those guys back. Other half-track coming on out. He's far from munitions for getting another flame half-track. You never see two anyways. You can see the Tiger Ace very close for the CPs, and he has plenty of manpower for it. Shadow Link has built the Shira Panzer quarters, so we may in fact see some sort of armored asset from it. But still no Battle Group HQ, which is very unusual. And even then, he could always rely on a teammate for building him a med bunker, so he doesn't have to worry about running over to his allies. But then again, Veteran C3 for Volksgrenadier passive healing. Maybe that's what he's been planning all along. This is a Soviet player approaching pop cap. He does not have enough population for another KV2. He does have enough for another T-34-76. Or for KV-8. Though he actually has plenty of anti-infantry assets, so KV-8 is probably not exactly a good idea. You got a frag from the lieutenant. And we got an ambulance. Now an ambulance is coming on out for the US player? What is going on? There's no battle group HQ, there's no ambulance until the 28-minute mark? There goes the combat engineers. Ooh, drops the flamer. Oh, this Grenadier squad monstrosity now. We'll do chase back down barrage. Will not get the major, however. Was trying to eye for these retreating squads, eyeing for the retreat, but he did not. SU-85 is a very good counter to the Panzer IV. Will be forced to fall back. I destroyed the pack. A bit unusual. No, that must have been the SU-85. I don't think that was from the Panzer IV. King Tiger, no, Tiger Ace now out on the field. Now this is a champion of these austere. He's fighting against a. We'll destroy that major. I think there was a major. Yeah, the major squad did in fact go down in there. We could see a ram from T-34-76, just to help slow down his opponent. Perhaps at the last moment type ram. He's trying to move the Tiger Ace forward and trying to engage the SU-85. SU-85 one shot away from death. He needs to get out of there. We'll lose it entirely, however. He should have, perhaps actually should have rammed the 76 since it's more valuable to save that over this. We'll in fact lose it as well. German tank now being repaired on near the front line. He needs to get this bazooka into the target, into Panzer IV. It's still equipped with HE. That is very problematic. In fact, he will lose it the next shot. Rolls a bounce, rolls a miss. Bit of a shame. You got the Katusha coming in for rocket barrage. I think he actually just got done. The US player is very low on squads and manpower. He needs to get the Pershing. He sees the Tiger Ace. And the Pershing is a very good opposition to it. The Soviet player losing quite a bit of assets, but he had plenty of float to help replace it. He still has at least one T-34-76. He now replaced the Su-85 with a KV-2. So yeah, he will have his own heavy tank. Granted, it's not exactly great versus other heavy tanks, but it's excellent versus infantry. Stormtroopers not coming on out. He will, of course, upgrade them with STG-44s. Personally, I would have done with no, it's urban. STG-44s would be a great option. Just that he should avoid tactical assault. It's a double-edged sword. You have to be very careful when using it. We'll be eyeing to destroy this repair bay. He may see an AT rifle grenade. There's enough damage upon the unit to get destroyed. The Occupants are very low in health. He needs to fall this one back. This unit physical was in fact suppressed. We do got that was a KV-2. Eyeing for indirect fire. We'll repack on up. The Panzer IV is trying to engage it at close range, but we'll roll a bounce, in fact. Bridge is full health. I don't think this bridge can actually gets destroyed, but don't quote me on that. It may be a vulnerable bridge, what I'm saying. Sukazafus coming on in, maybe eyeing for these squads here. Nope. We'll decrew the Zis over here. This is this. Oh, the Rangers just went down, didn't they? This player losing a lot of assets. He can't be spending the building more replacing infantry squads because he needs the Pershing. M1 AT gun firing some shots with the Sabot rounds, the tungsten rounds. The VPs are real. No, they're in favor of the Allies at the moment. The current control is in favor of the Axis. This point will get decapitated, but the King Tiger will most likely displace the conscript squad. We got the KV-2 trying to fire, but it's getting hit by this building. We'll be getting some good hits now, as it's in range of this area. I really wish there was a aiming indicator for a siege mode. T-70 will in fact go down. Minor loss at this stage. It was prone to die at any sneeze, really. Oh no, locking. Ooh, there goes those Pioneer squads. And that was a veterancy one, and they had a flamer, I believe. Still no Doctrine lock-in. Doesn't have much munition to really play around with. Ooh, can't be losing Volksgrenadier. Ooh, just barely misses. I'm not sure. He has 3 squads. It's probably plenty for now. He could always get Panzer Fusiliers. Fortifications Doctrine. He can get himself an artillery piece, a Pack 43. That may be his best option. He has a huge amount of manpower to burn. That I would say is a good option for him. Make use of those very powerful assets. And the Pack 43 able to shoot buildings. That would be excellent. Say, put it right around here. It will help displace any advancing infantry or armored units. Or you can always go for the left 18. Barrage his opponent, soften them up as they start moving forward. I wonder who's going to win out. Clearly, the guy with the gun. KV-2 not getting good penetrating hits. We'll get a penetrating damage engine there. Even there, getting some very good range. This point will allow him to cover up this entire VP. If he has a moment of reprieve, he can go ahead and throw some flare mines for the conscripts in order to spot the area. Conscripts are now down to 2 members, won't be able to screw up that point. We'll get 3 models of that KV-2. Katyusha barrage coming on in. This is a very potent spot. There's a number of support weapons here, as well as the King Tiger will help push away any Pioneer squads. We'll spot these support anti-tank guns. We'll decrew one of them. This lieutenant very close to death. This Jagdpanzer is currently stealthed. Perhaps I destroy this. Maybe actually preferable. Losing the M1 AT gun a bit, also problematic. There's a Jackson coming on now. Getting to Jackson's not getting a Pershing. Oh, he has plenty of fuel for it. He just needs manpower. And again, he doesn't have rear echelon to help for repairs. That may be another reason why he's not going for Pershing. This KV2, very problematic for these very bunched up squads. Oh, there goes the next set of stormtroopers. Ooh, this is a very good spot for KV2. It will just deny access to his VP and soften up any armored advance in the area. Granted, it's a bit 50-50 whether it does good versus armor or not. The penetration rate's not exactly the greatest with the siege mode. At least I don't believe. These basically gets a direct hit for the siege mode. We'll throw a grenade, somehow firing while packing up. Oh no, that was just the half-track. Ooh, we do got the Jackson engaging the half-track. The half-track most likely is dead. There goes this Jackson to the Jagdpanzer. You got an left 18 now coming out. Left 18 or 2 will be great at displacing this AV2. There's also repairs nearby in case if it gets damaged. 80 rounds is not what he wants for a Sherman tank at this range against a Tiger tank. Jackson one shot away from death. Now switching the ammunition type. There goes Jackson. Sherman tank probably could have thrown off the smoke to help cover its own retreat as well as it. Somehow, I think hitting a landmine there. Yeah, right here was the landmine. Force fire to ground looks like rolls a miss. We'll throw out some smoke now. Looks like a snare from the Volksgrenadier. Panzer Fusiliers. Panzer 4 eyeing for a flank. We'll flank the Su-85. We'll take one more shot to destroy it off. We'll in fact destroy it off now. More Pioneer squads here to repair up his units. Actually, he has plenty of fuel, even though he has the Tiger Ace, getting a grand total plus 2 fuel income per minute. Iron to help destroy this weakened unit. Maybe Iron actually hitting the mortar teams instead. We'll get a good hit there. Trying to hit the Tiger Ace, but there's plenty of plenty of health left, so he won't get a killing shot anytime soon. And very close to getting wiped out there because they're all stacked up. I would say the Pershing still is best option. Getting a number of Jacksons on this map, not exactly ideal. Sherman tank spam is actually quite good. Field control is in favor of the allied players with higher amount of VPs at the moment, and they currently have the double cap. The two-ship barrage will finish off the half-track with the help of the bazooka shot, and will eliminate some of the Pioneers as well. Ooh. Oh! Oh, 3 friendlies killed. Whoops. Wiped out one of his own squads. Let's see. I'm not even sure. Both sides, there was still plenty of armor for the Axis players. Of course, both the US player and the Austere player have lost a significant number of infantry squads. Jagdpanzer gained a number of very good hits there. no command bunker for foreign reinforcements, so I'm not sure what this Oberstatzen's doing. We'll be getting a very good penetrating hit there. We'll receive a penetrating hit in return. We got a blitz coming on Iron to destroy that Su-85 with that additional hit, allowing to get a decisive kill onto it. We'll spot the Sherman taking. It currently has HE rounds equipped. Oh, Jackson sustained 2 hits, only can sustain 1 more. And we'll get killed off there. Heads forward now at Veteran C3 now is very mobile. You got some reinforcing rangers. They don't absolutely need Thompsons to be effective. However, would be nice to have. Actually, you could always make them anti-tank squad. Still not upgrading the Thompsons yet. He also has 400 munitions, so you could go for triple bar rangers if he so chooses. Jagpanzer has sustained a lot of fire, but most likely won't go down. Nothing for snares. It'll take 2 more penetrating kits to really take it out. Will be displaced by the Tiger Ace. Still a huge manpower float by Shadow Link. He is probably saving up for a King Tiger. He has the Battle Group HQ now. Looks like that was rolled a large miss. We'll see a snare from the Rifleman squad. He needs to focus that one down first. We'll lose the Ranger squad. He can't be spending on Rangers and losing him like that. There goes the Rifleman squad. He needs a Pershing. He's facing its veteran medium tanks. Jackson's won't cut, especially when the Jagdpanzer is being problematic with his stealth capability. Ooh, gets hit by a shoe mine. But may be able to take up the Sherman tank, but the next shot may win out. We'll receive a Bazooka Panzerfaust as well as a shot from down here. Tiger Ace is still alive. He's eyeing for this bazooka and AT grenade. That will probably be enough to take it out. But as you said, T-3476 will in fact take it out. But the conscript squad may in fact get taken out in return. And will get taken out in return. We didn't see much usage of that grenadier or flamethrower. Ooh. Man, that thing has damn good range. Another Panzer IV being built using the last of his potential fuel from medium tanks. He's just starved on resources since the Tiger Ace. Luckily, that's going to be changed in the fall balance preview. Instead of huge losses until death, now it's medium losses until 8 minutes. AV2, 29 kills. We saw 2 swipes on Stormtroopers. Katyusha's down up to Veterancy 2 at the moment, getting 19 kills of its own. Looks like Shadow Link very close to getting King Tiger. I can't remember if it's 300 or 310 fuel. Though he's actually pop capped, that's why I don't see it anytime soon. He could go ahead and start losing a couple units or keep them very low on manpower in order to call in the King Tiger. Ask me, he's not going to go for a King Tiger. I don't know. Tiger Ace not getting hit, but he most likely would win out in this engagement. Tiger Ace now engaging. Su-76 can't possibly hope in order to win against it, even add 3 stars of veterancy. Will get killed off. Su-85 now repositioned in order to engage the Tiger Ace. The Tiger Ace will get the first shot in. We'll only need 1 more shot to finish it off. Oh no, T needs another more shot. There's a Jackson here to support. We'll get killed off by the Tiger Ace. And still no Pershing, getting another squad of Rangers, which is just going to get killed off. He needs Thompsons in order to engage these veteran units with ranged weapons, I guess. Wait a second. I see the engineers there. Okay, Tiger Ace is still in fact alive. It was the left 18 not doing all too much. Getting 13 kills actually, approaching 1-star vengeance, so I actually done a bit. New squad of stormtroopers coming in and out. He is using that alternative then up. Oh! These stormtroopers. They're trying to cloak on in. There's nothing here to spot them. Oh, he has to be very careful. And he will be forced to fall back. I think he's actually force firing ground. That's why he's hitting the area without any vision. Because you have 0 vision with this unit once deployed. So he just may have been force firing ground. You got a fragile smoke grenade, but going through it of your own units will sustain quite a bit of damage of your own, but very bold in order to gauge this maximum. Will get ripped apart, however, because on negative ground. However, this squad here, he could go ahead and initiate sustained fire for increased suppression. More reinforcing a rebuilt rifleman squad, but he needs to save his manpower for Pershing. He has 400 fuel. Pershing would be a very good asset, and along to get some rear echelon with a couple bazookas to help vet it up quickly. Would be great. We got triple bar ranger squad, very potent. Look at that. He's actually really doing well. Well, granted, this unit does have a bazooka that reduces damage. We got barrage upon the retreat. We have one more shot coming down, or 2 more. Will not get the wipe, however. Tiger Ace still moving around, currently at 49 kills. 3 buildings, 5 vehicles. Make that soon to be 6. Could go ahead and try blitzing it, but it'd be very dangerous, but we'll get a very good hit. Tiger Ace is very potent, don't get me wrong, but the problem is, people think it's not worth it because that huge supply draw. AV2 actually repositioning and engage the Tiger Ace. The Tiger Ace, oh, it's of course a Veteran C3 Tiger. Won't be able to really be displaced by one heavy tank like that. And sending against infantry against person, not a good idea. Ooh, there goes that rifleman squad. Do got triple cap in favor of the Axis players. Do got zeroing artillery being called on in. However, there's nothing here to spot for it. He needs to make sure something's nearby the spot. He needs to also make sure he stays away from the edge of the point so it doesn't spot through the point. We'll claim another building. This bazooka, picked up bazooka, will claim this building as well. Stormtroopers only hiding in this crater. Perhaps eyeing for a tactical advance, but tactical advance best used against weapon teams, so quickly kill them off. Or against AT teams, like AT infantry. You should never use it when it's versus 2 squads of anti-infantry. You should never use it against a higher veterancy unit at close range, because most likely they will rip you apart instead. Double-edged sword, like I said. SUD-5 not engaging. KV-2 at veterancy 2. Jackson will get a good penetrating hit there. You got a bunker here. How the KV-2 may be able to take it out. You got a Katusha barrage. Will destroy off the bunker before it had any chance. Oh, this is going to be devastating hits from the KV-2. Veteran C4 Storm Pioneer Squad did not go down. Pioneer squads are very clumped up, but currently the KV-2 is hitting the building. We do got perhaps force fire to ground with the Jagdpanzer. He could try moving forward. I think he can destroy those trees if he would really like to, in order getting some line of sight. I hear a King Tiger now out on the field. King Tiger will be perhaps a final nail in the coffin in order for the Axis players to decisively win. While they do still have less tickets, they have sustained a lot of good damage to their opponents. We got the Panzer IV engaging, but he will not be able to engage. Oh, he may get the KV-2. First, rolls a miss. Will get killed off in return. Get killed off, however. We got the repair stations nearby for the rapid repairs for, so he will be repaired up in no time whatsoever. Even though he does not have a single combat engineer. Oh, he does actually rebuild that combat engineer.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Another Jackson coming on out. Like I said, Pershing would have been a much better option. You can't brawl with the Jacksons. And the Fall Balance preview gives him that health pool, so it won't be the only tank destroyer with 3 shots to kill. Now it will be 4 shots to death. But still, Pershing would have been a much better option. And we'll be able to a bit more to brawl against the Tiger Ace. Huge stockpile of resources for Shadowlink. However, he's at pop cap. Largely acceptable. A Scott? Good Scott, man. Don't get a Scott. You need a Pershing. Why do I keep on complaining about that? He won't be able to get a Pershing anytime soon because he's lacking in manpower and he's just not going to go for it entirely. Pershing will be a good damage soak as well for the Jacksons. Ooh. Very good hit there. I think that was also a repair bay there. Was. AV2 now setting on up. Currently with 2 stars of veterancy. At veterancy 1, gains a secure mode ability. This big guy can secure a point. And we got now the veterancy 2, which gain better control over the vehicle's main gun, improving targeting and range. Ooh. That's what it does. Increase mobility. After all, this is more of a sieging heavy tank. Tiger Ace, 62 kills, 7 vehicles, 5 buildings, 51 infantry, 52 infantry, 52 infantry. What is he doing? Jacksons cannot brawl against a heavy. Period. Oh, he's trying to utilize the advanced turret rotation, but will be running out of room. He had to swing far too wide. This 85 may get some good hits, but he's just going to combat blitz out. We'll lose the main gun, but he has a number of pioneers. He's made sure of that. Ooh, Jagdpanzer receiving some good hits. And currently almost at veterancy 5 as well. We do see a Ura Ford getting body blocked by his own unit, a bit problematic. Actually, he will retreat before he gets to do it. Because of Foos coming in for another barrage. Only has 17 kills, not a whole lot. What it could really be in 2v2. Then again, there's not a lot of US infantry targets for it to hit, as the squad preservation's been less than ideal. Oh, he has to move this squad. He will get wiped out way too quickly. The T-34-76 engaging heavy tank from the front. not ideal. Yep, the Scot will not be able to engage a King Tiger. That was actually a miss, and he got a penetrating hit. Because AoE damage can penetrate. Receiving 2 devastating hits there. Good side armor shot from them, from Jackson. But he has no fear of this thing going down. He has very good control on it. If you can put all your focus on the one vehicle, it's very hard to get killed off. Large number of repair bays. But that don't do all too much. The KV2 been very potent. The Soviet player has been doing quite well. A lot of Maxims at the moment. Actually, MG42 team. 2 Maxims in a secured MG42 team. So he has very good unit preservation, but his ally, not so much. And very questionable engagements and unit choice. We could have seen a crush there. We'll wipe out that Maxim team as well as a couple models, sustaining a lot of losses there. But of course that frees up population in order for him to get another Su-85. Found ya. Jackson rolls a bounce. We're going to be charging him down now. There is a snare available. No snare, because he's at Veteran C1, because his unit preservation and less than ideal. Jagdpawns are currently at Veteran C5. KV2 now is Veteran C2, but of course, it only increases mobility rather than combat effectiveness. So it's not exactly a huge Veteran C point for him, because he's more meant for, I will set up here and start shooting from afar. Granted, it's actually not half bad at close range, but it has poor accuracy. That's primarily the problem for using it to move forward rather than assaulting or sieging an area. There's at least plenty of repairs by Luciano, the austere player. But this Katusha, nope, not coming close to that area. Jagdpawns is receiving some good hits. We do got a counter barrage here by the Stuka Zafus. We'll get a number of conscripts. It wipes out an entire conscript. Looks like this left 18 is now at Veteran C2. He can go ahead and call in some more barrage. I think if Veteran C2 gains increase, yeah, reduces the scatter. Veteran C4 increase accuracy. I think it just doubles up the Veteran C at 2 and 3 to 3 and 5 and 4 and 5. Tiger now moving forward. We'll roll a bounce on the KV2. The KV2 has iron to help assault the area. We'll get a penetrating hit there. We'll receive a bounce as well again. KV2 actually may win out in a head-on fight. Su-85 has been spotted. Though it is not in damage from Panzerfaust. He's eyeing to get a shot off from the King Tiger first, but no, was unable to. Does not get the snare. Will receive a rear armor hit from the Su-76. Is setting up above the house, so now he can get some very good over-the-house shots now. With their opponents not engaging through the far side of the map, this is actually can be a quite defensible location for him, as well as get some defending infantry and vehicles, which he has plenty of. The US player getting 3 Jacksons out, still need a Pershing for a damage soak, really. Oh, receiving a bounce of the KV2. We'll get a penetrating hit. That may have been from the S285, however. We'll be rolling a couple misses now. Maybe this is approaching the edge of its range. It's actually a very good range. People think the KV2 is bad, but look at this range. Jagdpanzer sneaking around. Efficiency 5 does, of course, have the first strike capability. Will get decisively killed off by the 1-2 hit. But the King Tiger has sustained a huge amounts of fire thanks to the KV2. All the Axis standard infantry are now dead. At least for the OKW player. A little bit of a large miss. Only got a couple models there. It needs repairs. You need to fall back to mechanized HQ. I'm assuming he has that upgraded. With plenty of stockpile. Yes, he does have that upgraded. Eyeing for the snare. We'll get the snare initiated, but will not kill it off. Will damage the engine. We do got tactical assault. That's a very good use of tactical assault. Does not have to be at point blank. Long range works just as well, especially versus conscripts. We got some more stormtroopers coming on out. He can upgrade the G43s, give them more anti-infantry along with the Panzer Shrek. Shadowling could eye for a Pack 43. A Pack 43 would be excellent right here, as I mentioned before, especially now when his opponent's setting up and moving tanks in the area. US player still has establishing units over here. I think all the Pioneers are back home repairing up the King Tiger. You can go ahead and stop moving that guy and start repairing it up. He has 2 Stone Pioneers who will repair that up fairly quickly. It's very healthy, however. We'll go ahead and... oh! Gets killed off by the supporting crew members.
The situation is becoming critical. We have only 50 points remaining.
Oh, that was a big hit there. It also hurt his own units as well. I think he was just dancing around to avoid his own shots. The KV2 can go ahead and wipe out that squad. Yeah, no contest, because he could shoot them from very far away. Oh, he lost... Yeah, that was a Stormtrooper we saw earlier that went down. Never mind. There are 3 Jacksons here next to the carcass of the other one. That should make them all warm and fuzzy inside. King Tiger now coming back on out. We do got a double cap, if not... Yeah, just double cap in favor of the Allies, so they can't... The Axis are very close to losing. They need to help secure up this point now. They need to push... He needs to push this King Tiger forward with Jagdpanzer support. This shot, oh, devastating. Every single one of those KV2 shots is devastating. At least they need to decapture this point. Oh, there goes that 3-man Pioneer. Still has 1 man left. The Katusha may in fact finish him off. We'll lose that conscript squad thanks to the King Tiger. This KV2 being very potent, 52 kills. The King Tiger has 20. And doing a lot of damage, however. Obersalazar will probably get cleaned up. He a little bit wasteful on him. Ooh, Tiger Ace has sustained a lot of fire. Oh! Oh, what did I miss? All the Jacksons are down! Holy crap! How did I miss that? All 3 Jacksons and the Scotch went down! I told you! Bad omen for them! Holy crap. 86 kills, 11 vehicles destroyed, 5 buildings, and 70 infantry units. Replacing those 2 Pioneers now. But that Tiger Ace, even though you have that massive field deficit and manpower, I still think it's cost effective. But it's hard to calculate that. But he's wiped out so many Jacksons. Holy crap. And the VPs are still not counting either player's favor. I think the KV2 is just barraging the area. He could go ahead and try to capture the far side. IMC wished he had a secure capture point for his own vehicles. Oh, look on the bright side. He has enough fuel for a Oswin now. Bridge is still alive. I think that's a very sturdy bridge since it's a stone. Using these oh, that's a good hit from the King Tiger, wiping out 5 of those members, which denies the spotting of for the KV2. That's probably more the conscripts were probably there, spotting the area so his KV2 can start wailing in on these infantry squads. He needs to make sure it goes far wide. The scatter's still generally wide enough that going back and forth smallly can still result in a hit. He needs to make sure it go far right than far left, far top than far bottom. From sea to shining sea, or river. The river must be very bloody right now. He's getting some G43s on these stormtroopers now. Another Jackson, but getting hit by the King Tiger Ace will result in another death. We'll spot both of these AT mines, try to stack them up next to each other. That's not exactly ideal. Needs to actually perhaps... We'll actually just destroy them all entirely. We'll destroy them. Oh, did that drop on anything? Probably not. Where is this guy firing at? Not exactly sure why he's firing there. Perhaps he... I wonder if any Katyushas... Oh, Katyushas went down. They must have got barraged to death. Sufu's coming in for a barrage. We'll destroy that repair bay, but there's a number nearby here for repairs, so that's not a huge problem. Reinforcing bunker, command bunker is now coming on out. Also, I would probably just save up the manpower for reinforcing. He has enough for also a Oswin. The Tiger Ace has been... Oh! Hit... There must have been a teller there. He must have detonated through the bazookas. We'll be getting another AT grenade, but that's very wasteful. Jackson still can't engage it. The thing has additional range, I believe. Accuracy and range, version 2. We do got a large machine gun rotation, 2 Maxims, and of course the MG42. They need to secure up this point. Tickets are counting down against them. They only need 12 in their favor. But it's still, even with a cap in their favor, their opponents still have time to react. Large number of pioneers here for repairs. You got these stormtroopers. They're currently suppressed. Reinforcing, that's why they're calling them back over here. And they, of course, do have med kits for healing if he so chooses. F-18, ooh, gets a nice hit there on the Maxim. That was not killing off the comm engineers, plus it's just a repair bay. They eventually will respawn. There's a bazooka on the lieutenant. Jackson engaging, currently will sustain 2 shots to death.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
We'll get another Jackson on out. He's actually finally spent up his fuel float. We got, oh, very nice usage of... Never mind. He's using it as a spotter, but instantly gets wiped out because of the first strike capability of the Vet C5 Jagerpanzer. I was like, nice, good idea. Use that spot. Whoops. Spoke too soon. Stormtroopers will be forced back, but then again, they probably could fight out that. They have stun grenades, they have bundle grenades, they have G43s versus riflemen, and a couple bars. Tiger Ace now moving forward. 96 kills, 79 infantry, 12 vehicles, and of course it's still same old 5 buildings dead. There goes the lieutenant squad, blobbing them up all in one area will result a very quick death by the 100 exactly. There are 2 Jacksons here. Both of them has received 1 shot. Oh, that one was 1 shot away from death. He needs to fall back, not microing whatsoever. Will result in another death there. He's already know they are having huge trouble engaging them. Not sure why he's trying to brawl with them. Very close to death actually now. But this T-34-76 will have no chance versus the the Tiger Ace. Oh, gets killed off by the Jackson finally! At 100 and some kills. That Tiger Ace now has fallen. He now has enough for a Panzer IV, however. But the game... Oh, this engine has been damaged. Not sure what that was. It may have been a zeroing artillery. Yes, that is currently on cooldown. Panzer IV on the build queue. Now he has full manpower income, so he'll probably start rapidly reinforcing. Only if Shadow Link said, here, you need some manpower and fuel? Here, take this everything. Really. Ooh, let's see how many... Did manage to destroy 4 buildings and 1 vehicle, so did claim a Katusha, and it has been claimed number of repair vehicles. And a number of these combat engineers, repair engineers. Oh, that was a good hit there. King Tiger now at Veteran C2. At Veteran C3, he can gain the Spearhead. This here, but this won't do anything versus the King Tiger, really. Make us a couple good hits. Low spot for the KV2, but that's about it. Boom, down. Now the VI Panzer could go ahead and finish it off. Yes, he does. More and more of these repair bays going down. We got a large assault here, eyeing to help secure up the area. There's a large number of infantry here. He can't move any forward unless he wants... He's just going to deny the capture. They need to deny the capture. That's what he's doing. Doesn't matter if the KV2 wipes out these units. The splash damage will be equally detrimental. Dude got a close range barrage, but rolls a large miss on the capturing forces. That's what he actually really needed to hit. There's now combat engineers here. Both 10 to 12 VPs. This point has been decaptured. KV2 getting some very good hits. Moved on forward in order to gauge these heavier armor. These are farther range units. Number of pioneers are eyeing to push forward. He probably should just move forward. Actually, you do got the hold fire upon the stormtroopers, eyeing to help stealthily engage them. Ooh, the squad's very low on health. You can go ahead and use the first aid kits. The first aid kits are, of course, can now full self heal. But will he remember that? Jackson main gun destroyed. He's actually just eyeing to destroy the Jackson. We'll secure up on the hold fire stance. And that may spell death. There's nothing huge, any nearby infantry to help secure it. Looks like both sides are casting in the GGs. A very, very bloody game. Even this bridge has craters that probably reach down to the water. Ooh, this could be very devastating for the pioneers. Oh. He's eyeing for a frag on them. Oh, that was a pretty good frag, but either way, the Axis team has won a very long and bloody fight and one of the best Tiger Aces I've seen in a replay. I'm just going to go ahead and just look at the stats at the end. I'm just curious about this. Load screen. Load screen. Oh, I'm just going to say my final goodbyes. This is Agion saying thank you for watching. And that's usually my final goodbye. When I say it's signing off, then I usually hit the stop recording button. Here we go. Let's see now. Ooh, Tiger Ace. His units loss are very low in comparison to his... Actually, no. The OKW player is a bit higher. Of course, he's fighting against Soviets who tend to have more losses. But holy crap. By the way, this is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off. That's what I mean. I usually my final closing marks before I hit the stop record button.